So much. I've been listening for the last 3 hours or so, and the contents are just amazing. So you did an amazing job with that. And I've been in touch with some of the speakers. So again, congrats for what you achieved. I know that I don't have much time, so I'm going to put my timer here. Let me try to share my screen. And you should be able to see it now, right?
Yeah, we do see.
Perfect.
And you look great.
Okay, that's great. So what I want to talk about is the fact that, I've been working in hospitality for the last 23 years now. And I think we got some kind of bias because we think, whenever we think about hospitality, we think about an industry that is anthropocentric, human-centric. And to a certain extent that it's true. But if you dig a little deeper, you understand that keeping a hotel in business, even a small bed and breakfast, needs a lot of tech. And I always make this comparison. Like, think about a small property with 15 rooms, right? These properties will need a PMS, channel manager, a booking engine, maybe an RMS, a POS, and so forth. And if we make a comparison with the food industry, that's very similar to us. If you got 15 tables, you just need a POS, and that's pretty much it, right? So I think we got this strange misunderstanding when it comes to hospitality, that it's only a human-centric industry, and it's not. And I like to start with this quote by Harari on Amadeus, that I think is one of the best books written over the last 25 years or so. And it says, Homo sapiens is an obsolete algorithm. And this is an introduction to what I call the post-human hospitality, that it doesn't necessarily mean that machines are better than humans when it comes to hospitality, but it means that to a certain extent, we need to come to terms with the fact that machines are better than us at something, right? And everything started to me, like I always had a passion for technology, but everything started in 2018 when I did a trip to Japan, and I saw this cyborg Buddhist monk, and I said, okay, that's pretty cool, because actually we can actually now apply artificial intelligence not only to tech industries, but we can use artificial intelligence for something that is so spiritual like Buddhism. And I started to get in touch with companies over the years, like, companies doing artificial intelligence music, companies doing artificial intelligence pieces of art, movies, again, religion, and so forth. So I understood that there is an application for artificial intelligence on industries that we thought were totally human-centric, like hospitality, right? And the question is, why now? And now it is because we created the perfect storm for artificial intelligence to flourish. And this are just some of the things that you see on my screen. A lot of people talk about that over the last few hours that I followed. So I don't think I need to go over that. But even if I look at the evolution of the different jobs over the last years, I can see that. I do a lot of MBA lecturing, and when I talk to my students, like 20, 25 years old, they never really talk to a bank cashier. They don't even know who this person is. They always interacted with an ATM machine, and that is pretty much the same with airports, for example. You don't go to the airport 3 hours before your flight because you want some kind of human touch with the person checking you in. You just check in by yourself, and you just go to the airport 45 minutes before your flight. And travel agencies, that's another great example. Over the last few years, we saw like Thomas Cook, for example, 200 years of history just going into smoke in pretty much overnight. And and everything that we're seeing with transhumanism and companies such as Neuralink or Nectom working on brain chips and so forth. I think it's a little arrogant for us to think that we can actually work without some kind of automation. And so I would like just to tell you a few of the trends that I'm seeing. And of course, the first one is the application of AR and VR in travel. And I heard a few panelists talking about the metaverse and its possible application. And that's I mean, there are so many applications in travels, especially the top booking funnel. I'm actually giving a webinar in the metaverse in a few weeks, and or everything that has to do with the use of NFT, like for scarcity, luxury items, selling spa retreats, or like personalized events and so forth. Or the use of artificial intelligence in advertisement. That's pretty much, or whatever we do, like a meta search campaign on Google Ads, for example, we do not need like a dozen of humans managing these campaigns. Everything is done by an algorithm. It's exactly like this is done in trade stocks, and or the application of artificial design intelligence. So the use of artificial intelligence in design, companies like Bookmark or The Grid or Avio to a certain extent. This is a complete revolution of what we know about the web. And not to mention revenue management, and I'm having this conversation over and over with human revenue managers, and there's nothing a human revenue manager can do better than a machine. Like a good revenue manager, a good revenue management system that has a good API connection with the PMS can actually take better decision over a human revenue manager any day. And these are just some of the companies already automatizing all the rates and distribution strategy. And just going to the end of it, whenever I talk about that, I got some people telling me, okay, but this is removing the human factor from the equation. And the problem is that a lot of people don't want the human factor when it comes to that. They don't want the human touch. And there is an interesting study by Qualtrics that says that 57% of negative experiences in hotels are due to biological staff. So if you can replace that with AI or robotics or whatever, you're actually getting better and better.